radioactivity radioactivity lesson which I am going to start now, because it was focusing was not proper the previous class, that again I am redoing it again. What is radioactivity? This is a phenomenon of in which heavy nucleus like heavy nuclei like uranium, thorium and all that, this is disintegrate spontaneously. Disintegrate how? Spontaneously forming a disintegrate and form a nuclei of lower atomic weight, right? This is a higher atomic weight becomes lower atomic weight, but spontaneously disintegrate by some radiation, penetrating radiation like alpha, beta, gamma radiation. It emits certain radiation, right? Highly penetrative is called radioactivity. Is all again I'll tell you the phenomenon in which a nuclei of a heavy element, especially A is greater than 200 or 208 or 209, right? Like uranium or thorium, disintegrate spontaneously, emitting certain radiation. These radiations are highly penetrating. This is called highly penetrating radiations. It's called radioactivity. Who discovered this? Henry Becquerel discovered this radioactivity. What are the radiations? Alpha, beta, gamma ray are the radiation. Now what is alpha particles? If the alpha particle is what? Any neutron when disintegrate into a proton and an electron. This happens inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus of the atom, this spontaneous disintegration. This is called, this electron inside the nucleus is emit. This electron is also called beta particle. This is also called beta decay. Beta decay. This is highly penetrating. Therefore, electron is also exist inside the nucleus. It's true. Okay. Then what is helium alpha? Helium ion you take, atom you take it. It contains 2 proton and 2 neutron. And 2 electrons you remove this. Then it becomes helium ion. Helium ion contains what? How many atomic mass unit? 4 atomic mass unit. Right? What is a very heavy. The helium ion is also called what? Alpha particle. Alpha particle is nothing but helium ion. Then gamma particle is what? Electromagnetic radiation. This is highly penetrating with high energy gamma radiation. Now, here we are going to do the expression like what is Nt by N0 e to power of minus lambda t. They will ask you for 3 marks. For that you must know the law of radioactivity. That is radioactive decay law. Radioactive decay law. Here, see, suppose you have a radioactive element. It contains 1000 particles. Same example I am giving. That means N0 initially taken when T is equal to 0. It emits certain radiation like alpha or beta or gamma. See, either alpha or beta accompanied by gamma. Either alpha or beta, alpha accompanied by gamma, beta accompanied by gamma. All three will not together emit. Alpha accompanied by gamma, beta accompanied by gamma. Like it will disintegrate. After some time, if we count the number of particles, it will become say 900. How much it will disintegrate? 100 particles disintegrated. In some specific time, say suppose say 5 years, you take it 5 years or 6 years. In 6 years, after another 6 years, you find it will be around 820 particles will be there. And how much it disintegrate? About 80 particles is disintegrated. Now number of particles disintegrated depends upon number of particles initially present. Here 80 disintegrated because 900 is there. Here about 72 or 73 disintegrate because 820 is there. Therefore, how much is disintegrated? Here what? Number of particles after 6 years. The number of particles after 12 years. Understood? Number of particles at any time. Now how much is disintegrated? Disintegrate is what? DNT already. Disintegrate after 6 years. This is disintegrated after 12 years, like this. Therefore, now if dn is what? Number of particles disintegrated at any instant, disintegrated per unit time. Per unit time. This is called rate of disintegration. Rate of decay. This is called rate of decay of radioactive substance. Radioactive substance at any instant. Any instant. The rate of decay of radioactive substance at any instant is directly proportional to number of atoms present at that time. Directly proportional to number of atoms present at the sample at that instant. Now, what is radioactive law? This is called radioactive decay law. The rate of disintegration of radioactive substance at any instant is directly proportional to number of atoms present in the sample at that instant. Right? This is radioactive. Now they ask you show that Nt is equal to N0 e to power of minus lambda t with usual meaning. Now you start like this. Let N0 is number of atoms initially started with or number of atoms present in the radioactive sample you can call N is number. And what Nt is equal to number of atoms at any instant, number of atoms present at any instant. Then according to decay law, if dNt is the number of atom decay in a small interval of time, number of atom decay in small interval of time dt, then what? Minus dNt by dt is equal to rate of decay of radioactive sample. From decay law, dt by number of atom decay per unit time is directly proportional to number of atom present at that time. Therefore, minus dNt by dt is equal to some constant into Nt. This constant is called decay constant. It's called decay constant or radioactive decay constant. Now you send that side, dNt by dt is equal to minus L Nt. If you want, you can bring this down, you take it up. Therefore, dNt by Nt is equal to minus L dt. I can do that. Now integrate this both side. If you integrate, what you get? See, integration of dt is what? T. That means integration of dx is equal to x. No, dt is this is t. Then integration of dx by x is equal to log x base c. So instead of x you got n here, log n base c. Instead of n or nt is what? Log nt. Therefore, what you get here? Log nt base c is equal to minus lambda t. Here c1 and c2, because integration c1 and c2, c1 minus c2, different constants will get. Log 1 constant, this is one constant. c1 minus c2 is c. Now this is the first equation. You want to evaluate the c when t is equal to 0 in the initial time, when t is equal to 0, nt becomes what? N naught. That means you substitute here log n naught base c is equal to minus lambda t is equal to 0 by c. This becomes 0, therefore c is equal to what? C is equal to log n naught e. You substitute here, therefore what? Log nt base c is equal to minus lambda t plus c is equal to log n naught base c. You bring this side. Now there is a law. What is it? Log m minus log n is equal to log m by m. Correct? Log m by m. Therefore, what you get here? Log nt by n naught is equal to minus lambda t base c. Also, you know, if m is equal to a to the power of x, log m base c is equal to x, is it not? Reverse process. If m is equal to log, if you send that side, what? M is equal to a to the power of x. Same way I am going to send it here, this side. Therefore, small e becomes c. nt by n naught is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t. Therefore, nt is equal to what? N naught e to the power of minus lambda t. See this one, for this, writing this up to this 1 mark. Then calculation of this up to c. You are writing this now. That is 1 mark. Calculation up to c. 1 mark. Calculation of c. Then remaining portion 1 mark they will ask you. But you better write this also. See, it is like this. This is number of atom at any present at any time. This is T. This is what? N naught. This number of atom initially started with. This is coming like this. This is NT is equal to N naught e to the power of minus lambda t. You have to give the title. What is it? Variation of number atom. See, this is what? Variation of number of atom present at any instant. Any instant. Variation of with instant with respect to time. With respect to time t. Time. Understood? This is a variation of. For this 3 marks they will ask you. Right? Now what is half-life? Now see, nt is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. How to define lambda t? Lambda you have to calculate. Definition. There is decay constant. This is called decay constant. Sometimes they will ask you for 1 mark. Suppose lambda is equal to 1 by t, you put it. T is lambda is equal to, sorry, t lambda is equal to 1 by t, or t is equal to 1 by lambda, you put it. So what happens here? Nt is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda. T becomes 1 by lambda, get cancelled. Therefore, n naught e to the power of minus 1 or n naught 1 by e. This is e value is between 2 and 3. So 1 by e is equal to 0.37. That means here what happens? Nt becomes what? N naught 1 by e or n naught 0.37 or n naught into 37%. Therefore, nt is equal to 37% of n naught. Another same. Therefore, decay constant, they may ask you, what is decay constant? Decay constant. Decay constant is what? Reciprocal time. See, decay constant of a radioactive element or substance is defined as what? reciprocal of time. This is called what? Reciprocal of time. Reciprocal of time, during which the number of atoms present becomes what? 1 by e times of the initial value. 1 by time of initial value, or it reduces to 37% of its initial value. Right? Therefore, half-life period of radioactive substance is defined as time during which it is a reciprocal of time during which the number of atom reduces to what? 1/8 of the initial value, or 37% of its initial value. This is 1 mark. And what is half-life? Half-life is brought by this one, T. Suppose this is T, this is NT, variation of number of atom present in terms of number of atom initially started with, variation of number of atom with respect to time. If N0 is initially started, then this is the decay law, right? This NT is equal to N0 e to the power of minus lambda T. Now, what is half-life? See, 1000 atom you have taken. After some time, it becomes what? 1000, this becomes 500. After some time, the time is T. That means 500 can be transferred N0 by 2. Right? When you started with, when T is equal to 0, after some time it becomes N0 by 2, 500. See, when T, see here what is half-life? Half-life is equal to T. Half-life of a radioactive substance defined as time during which, it is the time during which the number of atom number of atom of the parent atom reduces to 50%, right? Reduce the half of its initial value, N0 by 2, half of its initial value. That is, it is time during which the number of atom reduces to half of its initial value. That is also 1 mark. Definition. Therefore, half-life is the of a radioactive element is defined as the time during which the number of atoms present reduces to its half of its initial value. Half-life is the life of radioactive substance defined as time during which the number of atoms reduces to half of its initial value. Don't write like this in the exam. Write in a proper handwriting. Okay, slowly you write it. Then that means how to calculate half-life period. For this 1 mark they will ask you. For 2 marks derivation. See, we know that number of atom at any time in terms of number of atom initially started with, right? From law of radioactivity. When T is equal to half-life, right? NT becomes N0 by 2. N0 by 2. So substitute this what? N0 by 2 is equal to N0 e to the power of minus n. T becomes capital T. Therefore, this one cancel. 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by e to the power of lambda T. Cross multiply this. Lambda T is equal to 2. Then what? Taking log both sides. Base E you put it. Then whenever you want to change to base 10, log base 10 to, you have to multiply by 2.303. This is called the conversion factor. And you know what will happen? This will jump here. Therefore what? Lambda T. Log E base E. Log E base E is what? 1. log E base. Therefore, lambda t is equal to log E base is 1. This is what? 0.693. Therefore, t is equal to 0.693 by lambda. Therefore, half-life is inversely proportional to decay constant, and half-life does not depend on initial concentration, and half-life inversely proportional to decay constant. This is for 2 marks. They'll ask you 2 mark. Several times you practice, it will be useful, right? And in the next class I will teach you what is mean life, average, what is mean life, total life, average life. Average life is 1 by lambda, you will get it. That is the, if you want, I will tell you what the, see, suppose you have taken a sample, right? You have taken a sample, it contains a nt number of particles, so many particles are there, so many particles dn1, that means 1000, what's that, 10,000 particles are there, say, at the time. Now 20 particles live for 30 years, 40 particles live for 60 years. That means dn1 live for t1, dn2 live for t2, like this. What is the total lifetime of this? dn1, t1, dn2, t2, like this, sum of lifetime of all the particles. This is what? Divided by total number of particles. That means average life or mean life is defined as ratio of, this is called ratio of sum of lives of all atoms divided by what? Number of atoms present in the sample. They have proved T average is given by 1 by lambda. It has been proved T average. What is the relation between T average and half-life? We know that half-life is what? Half-life is equal to 0.693 divided by lambda. That means 0.693 into 1 by lambda. But 1 by lambda is T average, is it not? Therefore, T average is equal to, no, half-life is equal to 0.693 into T average. See, suppose if you take 100 years, half-life is 50 years, average life is 63 years or 65 years. Therefore, average life is greater than half-life, remember. Or mean life is greater than half-life. See, these all comes for your entrance exams. Or this is for 2 marks they will ask you. This is 1 mark. What is average life? Find the relation between, what is the relation? This is the relation between this. What is it? This is the relation between average life and mean life. Obtain the relation between average life. What is the relation? T average, T mean life is equal to 0. T half life is equal to 0.693 T average. This is the relation. You have to explain, writing this 1 mark, writing this together 1 mark, and substitute and get it. For 2 marks they will ask. What is the definition of average mark? 1 mark they will ask you. What is mention the different type of radioactive? Remaining are all simple questions. But for CET, you supposed to know all this. Some of that. Like what is alpha decay? They will ask. What alpha decay? What is beta decay and all this one? This is called sodium group displacement law. See, suppose an element A and Z. This is an element. It emits an alpha particle. What is an alpha particle? Alpha particle is nothing but helium, is it not? Helium ion. Whenever it emits an alpha particle, see, when between alpha particle, what happened? A, how much is lost? You will get a new element Y. A changes to A minus 4. A minus 4. Here Z2, no. Z minus 2. Z minus 2. Therefore, this is called alpha decay. Right? During the alpha disintegration, this is the parent. This is daughter. When a parent disintegrate, it emits an alpha particle. When alpha particle, the daughter nucleus will have mass number reduced by 4. Atomic number reduces by 2. That is what? Mass number reduces by 4 unit. Atomic number reduces by 2 unit. The new element, this new element form 2 column left of the periodic table. Left of periodic table. That is important. What is alpha decay law? When a parent element disintegrate, it emits an alpha particle. The new element is so formed whose atomic mass number reduces by 4 unit and atomic number reduced by 2 unit. See, this is not there in the syllabus. I don't know. They may ask you for CET exams and all that. So, example, uranium, we take it. Uranium 238 divided by 92. If it emit an alpha particle, what you'll get? You'll get thorium. Thorium 234 because 4. This is 90. 90 is thorium. Okay. Helium. But what about the beta particles? What is alpha? What is beta decay? Same thing. If it emits a beta particle, what is beta? Beta is nothing but a neutron changes to proton plus electron, is it not? This electron nothing but beta particle, is it not? Therefore what? You'll get a new element, X changes to some L new element. This is L, this is R, a new element R, say. New element R. What you'll get? Z plus 1, because a neutron changes to proton, therefore Z becomes, and there is no change in atomic number. Okay. Again I'll tell you in a simple way. Look. When an element A and Z, when an element emits alpha particle, a new element L is so formed such that its atomic number, mass number reduces by 4 unit and atomic reduces by 2 unit. Can you follow? Therefore, these are helium, alpha particle. And the new element is formed left, L means left, 2 column left of periodic table. If it emits a beta particle, you'll write, I'll write R right. That means there is no change in mass number, and the atomic number increases by 1 unit. That means beta particles. Beta particles, electron is a beta particle. If it emits a beta particle, and here 1 column, what? It shifts 1 column right of the periodic table. Remember, tappu andre wrong. You remember this. Uranium 238, 92. If it emit an alpha particle, what do you get? Thorium will get it. Thorium is 90. Tappu no, THAPU I'll write. U means uranium. P is 90. Thorium is, see, 90, this is 91. This is 92, this is 90, 91, like that. Thorium 234. And if it emits an alpha particle, if it emits a beta particle is this, what will happen? Here you'll get P polonium. I think it is a, what do we call this? Is polonium, right? 91 and 234, no change, right? 1 column right of the periodic table. See, this they have asked in all NEET exams and CET, they have asked several times. This is called Sode's group displacement law. Sode group displacement law. Don't bother about the spelling now at present. Just know the pronunciation. Sode's, S-O-D-D-O, Sode's group displacement law. Just remember. Right? There are a lot of things we'll discuss later. But for the exam point, this is a radioactivity exam point, 3 marks you'll get it. Right? For 3 marks. Because of this focusing problem, I am doing it again. Thank you.